TSU head coach Eddie George, the team coming off a 27-20 win at Kennesaw State. Back in action. They got 3 home games in a row. Norfolk State is the first team this weekend. So, Coach, just some thoughts, and we'll go into questions with everybody.
Yeah, I think we bounced back well after the UT Martin game. Really feel good about, how our guys responded to that. They handled the adversity really well. Having gone down on the road back-to-back weeks was pretty challenging, especially against a group that was hungry for a victory on their homecoming. We knew it was going to be a hornet's nest going in there. And we had to deal with a lot of distractions going down there, long bus rides, stuck in traffic, no meal during pregame meal, just a bunch of stuff at the hotel. So we were mentally tough enough to oversee through that and really focus on the task at hand. So I was really proud of how we handled last week. Looking forward to coming back in front of our home crowd for homecoming again against yet another formidable opponent, Norfolk State. And we're just trying to put together a game plan for a victory this weekend.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. We'll go to questions. We'll go Mike first and then Brandon. Mike, go ahead.
Katie, Jordan Gant stepped in when Jalen was injured last week and showed us a different type of running style, which I would think you'd like, that you've got 2 different backs like that. When Rouse gets healthy again, you'll have 2 different backs you can use in 2 different ways.
Yeah, our running back room has matured. Jalen certainly is our starter. He runs tough, but Gant is a different change of pace. He is more of a patient runner, and then he sees it in bursts, much like a Le'Veon Bell type of running style. Really got behind his pads. And I really saw him coming into his own against UT Martin a few weeks ago. Really ran hard, ran big in between the tackles, got some yak yards after contact, and I was really encouraged by what I saw there, and it just continued into the following week in the week of practice. Certainly in our physical run periods, he displayed some toughness in between the tackles, finding the hard seams, those tight seams that most running backs would shy away from. But he really made it intentional to explode through those seams, and I think he's starting to find a lot of success doing it. And it's something that we have to improve on each and every week. The run game is not where I want it to be. I would like for it to be more efficient. I would like to be more dominant than we have been in the past, and those guys are taking on the challenge and getting better week to week.
And I assume that Jalen was still a little bit hampered last week, and why he only had 5 carries and wasn't very productive.
Yeah, he missed a lot of time. With these college kids, it's not like professional where you can miss a whole week and go in and play, and just be mentally sound. They need the reps. They need to get on the field and feel the pads, run through tackles, go through the plays, to feel on like they're on their normal schedule, and so they can produce at their best. So Jalen is full go today, and he had some good runs, and we'll see how this week goes. Typically, both guys are going to get some opportunities to play clearly, and whoever has the hot hand, we're going to stick with.
Okay, thanks, Eddie.
We'll go Brandon next. Go ahead, Brandon.
All right. Good morning, Coach. How you doing?
Morning, Brandon. How are you, my man?
Doing good, sir. Doing good. So congrats on the win last week.
Thank you.
Wanted to talk about, once again, a solid effort from your defensive unit, only giving up 20 points. And they've done that, with the last 4 of their 5 games, they haven't given up more than 25 points. Can you talk to the level of effort and that your defense has been playing with over the past several weeks?
Well, our defense is, they've been playing really well, like you mentioned. I think it has a lot to do with chemistry. They're communicating really well. They have a great deal of chemistry together. They hold each other to a high standard. And that goes from every level, from defensive line to linebacker to our defensive backs. They take great pride in, their ability to bend but don't break, that mentality. They play physical, they play fast, they play together as one. And, Coach Fish and Joe Bowden and McNutt and Clyde, they do a great job of rallying those guys and getting them to fly into a game plan. They don't do a whole lot. We don't do a whole lot over there in terms of install. We try to focus on the day one fundamentals, not trying to do too much so they can just go out and play fast and physical and arrive and with intentions to stop ball carriers and stop the ball. And I put them in positions in practice where it's tough. We do situational football, and they compete at a high level, and we're starting to see, them play at a high level, and when the game really counts, they go out there and they execute. So just having that unit being together for a solid 3 years has been a huge deal for us. And I think we're starting to see how good they could possibly be. You're on mute.
Thanks.
All right.
Kyle, do I have time for a follow-up?
Yep.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Coach, I know past week they had Attorney Crump and everyone down there for the rally or the meeting about the billions of dollars that the school is owed. Wanted to get your thoughts on that, and then in terms of any potential involvement that you had or potentially will have as university moves forth with trying to secure those back owed funds.
Well, currently right now, I don't have a big role in that, but I have vested interest clearly. This is bigger than just the athletics program. It's $2.1 billion that could really help this university become elite. I don't know why it's been so long. I think we can look across the board holistically across the country and look at every HBCU and see that they've been underfunded. Let's call it what it is: systemic racism, and you can't decode it. You can't put lipstick on it. It is what it is. I think the opportunity now is to rectify the situation and figure out how we could right this wrong. Because it is hurtful. It is a shame that our schools have been underfunded. And you got to think about what the funds can do for Tennessee State University, for infrastructure, for maintenance, for our endowment, annual fund, to bring in more staff, because we're understaffed in a lot of areas. So you can bring in quality individuals to really enhance the student-wide experience, educational experience, new buildings, new facilities, housing, nutrition, all those things make a difference on a day-to-day basis. And being here now, going on my third year, that makes a big difference. And the day-to-day lifestyle for our student athletes and students, how they feel, their morale, their mental wellness, that helps. To go into a dorm room where there's mold and dark and it's not clean, that's tough on your mental wellness. We're talking about 18, 17-year-old kids here. And my son goes here. So, it makes a big difference when it comes to that. And when you're seeing other schools thrive at a high level that have been giving their funds, like University of Tennessee or Tennessee Tech or these other schools, it is hurtful that it's come to this. But I think there's an opportunity for all the adults in politics to come to the round table and do what's right and give Tennessee State, the money that's owed, and make sure that it's transparent, that it's going to go toward the things that need to be invested in. And so this university can thrive at an elite level. Still on mute, bro.
Brandon, we can't hear you if you're saying something
You're on
else.
Mute. You're on mute, Brandon.
Okay. Well, thank you, Coach. And like I was saying, good luck this weekend. Looking forward to the matchup.
Thank you.
Coach, as always, thanks for your time this morning. Best of luck this weekend. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
Thank you.